been about 5 weeks since my full knee replacement surgery. I've improved since my last film, but I'm still not totally there yet. I still have to kind of watch it every once in a while. But I decided it's time to take off from where I left before the surgery. I wanted to come up with a 25-yard range, and this is what I came up with. Show you some video footage here of right before the surgery when I was measuring out distances. This 58 feet, and that is the target area there, 19.3 yards. And that, I'm at the edge of my property. My path isn't really good there, and it does look a little awkward out here by the fence. I gotta think of other possibilities, especially for longer distance shooting with the Ruger Air Max and my new Crosman 362. So I thought of this idea. I'm gonna have to build a backstop that can withstand pellets at a high velocity. But this is the start point. 71 feet, almost 24 yards. And this is the max that I could go in my yard. In the summer, this will be nice and shaded here because that's facing to the west. And I might be able to take this old seed bed out and set up here. Anyways, there's a future in this. I haven't set up a lot yet, but I did clear off the table and put a stool out here. I'm not going to shoot off of a bench just yet. I'm still using the shooting stick from the sitting position. The bricks that I measured with, I stacked more, and that's what they look like from 25 meters. I also had to clear off some branches there. Here I'm about 10 feet away. We'll get a little closer. Last night I shot the Daisy 880 and Ruger Max Elite. My sights are off, but that's the Daisy, one of the first groups of the Daisy 80. That was aiming at the far left one. If you miss with the Ruger 22, it's just peppering them. It's got enough force it's going to destroy that cinder block before we know it. Right now, my solution to keeping the cinder blocks is I put a piece of thin plywood, then thick cardboard, and then staple the target on that, and hopefully that'll slow the round down enough that it won't damage the cinder block. Let's start zeroing. For the preliminary shooting, I found it's a little more difficult to aim using this stick. It's not as stable as in here. So let's go out and take a look at the first results of zeroing. Okay, here's the first group. Each one of those squares is a 1/4 inch. The first try with the 880 was off and to the left. Got a little better shot grouping there with the 880. For the Max Elite is tending to shoot low and to the left. I did a lot of clicks to get it adjusted and finally got it, but part of it is that I don't shoot it as well as the Daisy 880. This will not be a permanent thing because we can see on the other side it goes through the cardboard and the wood and still is hitting it into the cinder blocks. It's not causing a lot of damage, but if you do that all the time, these cinder blocks won't last that long. We're gonna try the Allen resetting steel target. The red area is 1 inch. The circle itself, it's 1.5 inches across. It looks like that's about 1/8 inch thick steel. it's a lot heavier. It's considerably harder to hit, and furthermore, it's harder to get that thing to swing up. But it can be done from here. But once we move out to the 24-yard line, it's not near as easy. I'm going to take a max of 10 shots. I think I'll be able to get it a lot sooner than that. I'm using the old tried and true Daisy 880, shooting the Daisy flat nose pellet. From previous videos, we know it gives me an average of 659 feet per second and 7.6 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. So let's just round that out at 8 pounds of kinetic energy. Okay, that took 7 shots. I hit them all, but even then you got to make sure you get them right. I'll have the cell phone camera, and there's a target down there. Advancing in as much as I can, but those are the target down there, and we know I have to hit them exactly right. Looking straight back there, I'll zoom in a little bit. That's where I'm shooting from. Here's the first shot. This is a much more difficult shot. Taking 10 shots. See, I hit it, but it doesn't have the power to knock it up. The question is if I can get lucky and hit it just right. Alright, malfunction. I hadn't set the target into ground enough. Try it again. I'm going back to pushing this up against my knee. Missed it. Might have got it. That's 4. See if we can get some of these other ones. Still can't get it to go. See, I'm hitting them. They're just losing energy. 5. So how much force did I lose there? I know from a previous video that this newest version of the Crosman 760 fires an average speed of 595 feet per second and gives me kinetic energy of about 6.3 foot-pounds. Let's see what happens with the spinners with 6.3 foot-pounds. It's using Crosman hollow points. Five for 15, but we got 5 shots off to hit it. One of them stuck. It can, with 6 pounds, knock it to the rail. So let's go down a little bit with the 8th variant of the 760, and we know an average speed of 12 feet per second. It has 4.65 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. Using Crosman hollow points here too. Hit it on the first one. So there you go. 5 solid hits and 4.7 foot-pounds. It moved it, but couldn't get it up on the rail. That's making me think, in this sort of quasi-scientific study, that the foot-pounds went down from roughly 8 to someplace between 6 and 4.7 by just doubling the distance. For the 22 is Brutus Magruder's, my Ruger Max Elite. Playing bowling with propane cans from 12 yards. See how many it takes to knock down these 3. So I'm using the Crosman hollow point, and with it I get about 726 feet per second and 16.7 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, which we can round that up to 17. There's one. Two. That's pretty easy. 3. Okay, we're see what we can do with the Ruger Max Elite from 24 yards. A little different. Alright, we got the first one down. Two. There we go, 3. We didn't lose much foot poundage with Brutus, or he's got plenty to spare. I had no problems knocking the propane cans down at both distances. Check out the power in slow motion on the last shot. So Brutus is still going to be pretty good at 24 yards. I need to work on my marksmanship a little bit, but that'll come with practice. Also have to wait until I get a little better backstop. There's advantages and disadvantages to this 24-yard outdoor range I have. Advantages, it gives me a better practicing opportunity at a longer range. The disadvantage, even though it's in my backyard and I have fences, I have bamboo and so forth, all during this video you've heard the background noise, so they could probably also hear some of the stuff I'm doing. So I need some modifications to do. I definitely need to build a harder wood target, and I might end up building a bench for experiments on just gun accuracy versus shooter accuracy. The bench will probably come in handy. Of course, there's advantages of shooting in here too. It's cooler. I got a fan over there. In the winter, it's warmer. It allows me privacy and discretion, and much more comfortable to shoot in here. I'll do most of my shooting still in here for plinking and penetration, things like that. But for marksmanship and accuracy tests, the 24-yard one will work with some adaptations that I still need to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press the like button and subscribe. Thank you.